I'm so glad I don't wait for anyone.
Welcome back to Adventuring with Angie. Last week was a roller coaster of emotions, from thrilling river adventures and sweet moments with friends to the bittersweet process of letting go. This week promises new adventures and a lifted spirit. As my mom visits me, I get to explore more with friends, and I find myself seeking excitement in the great outdoors. Sunday came and went in a blur, leaving me grappling with a sense of loss and longing as the sun set last night. Today, the weight of reality hits me hard as I realize that she came and got her things. It feels so final, and only amplifies the void that she left behind. It's almost like she was never even here, and that thought alone is rocking me. Every Monday I spend somewhere between 7 to 10 hours at my desk, lost in video, working on projects, and taking care of any and all admin tasks for the home. Once I start, time is irrelevant. I lose myself in the work and let everything spilling over inside of me settle into a calm pool where the pieces suspend in the water and reveal themselves to me. A deep focus is inevitable now as I route all of this energy to the tasks at hand and create space to process. Last night I dreamt I had everything I'm currently working towards, and I woke up in a complete panic. It felt so real, so possible, and yet having it happen so fast in the dream, I couldn't comprehend how it happened or what I was supposed to do. I woke up frazzled and aware of the mounting to-dos I've been pushing off. Was the dream a glimpse into the future, or a way to make me reflect on what I want? And am I ready for this? Even though I have some consulting work and personal admin tasks to get through this week, I took myself down to the river to have a moment alone. The cool waters mirrored the uncertainties in my mind, flowing with the force but welcoming at the same time. I spent hours exploring both.
I am all done at the river, so I'm gonna hike home. Let's do this. We're going up there. Let's go. Stunning, even with the climb, and we are. We're mostly there. We got a little bits to go.
I felt so refreshed after the hike and swim, and finally ready to tackle some of my to-dos. When I used to work in tech full-time, I'd neglect myself and my needs for everything else that I had to do for work. If work needed late nights, weekends, holidays, I did it. If I needed exercise, to eat dinner, or see my friends, I didn't do it. It's taken a lot for me to put myself first, and it's important for me to remind myself that this is not an option. We always need to come first. I cannot do anything well if I am not well myself.
Good afternoon. I literally just spent the entire morning editing. Blasphemous. Look at the sun. Look at this beautiful, beautiful sun. And I was inside editing for the last too many hours. So I'm gonna go to the river. It's noon, and I figured let's go a little early, be back by like 2:30, and then spend the rest of the day. I have adult work to do, so.
Maybe it was the high from checking off tasks on my to-do list, or a general mood upswing from getting back into my own schedule, but I woke up Wednesday ready for an adventure. I had a gift card to REI and decided to buy myself a waterproof backpack and take myself to the river. I never really thought of myself as an adventurous person. I guess my understanding of adventure always involved people jumping off 100-foot cliffs, skydiving, skiing the backcountry, and all of these adrenaline-pumping dangerous sports that I never had any interest in.
I think I'm gonna swim across just right here.
But I have always chosen my own path. I always go with what I know I need. I'm open to trying new things, saying hi to strangers, and putting myself out there. In the game of life, I'm probably as adventurous as they come, and it's only now that I'm understanding there are so many other ways to adventure apart from the typical rush of death.
All right, let's do this.
This slow adventure, this adventure of life. I wake up these days and I ask myself excitedly, what's going to happen today? Because even if it's the same thing or activity, every single day is so uniquely different, and I'm open to seeing all of the possibilities in it.
You know that feeling when you're sitting at the river and about to take all your clothes off because there's no one around, and you look up into the woods and there's just a man standing on the trail looking at you. And you want to get naked. This is much better. I absolutely love the river. I absolutely love being here in the nude. It's a different type of relaxation to be able to come outside and be naked safely, you know what I mean, and not be sexualized. I'm sure there are people sexualizing me, of course, everyone's human, but you know, just for me to come out and be naked for myself in a non-sexual manner, just because I'm literally made of earth and I'm here at the earth and on this earth, and I just want to be a part of it. This is the perfect spot underneath this tree because I get a little bit of sun, but I get so much shade. Good place to be. It was just so peaceful to sit and have that time. It was really, really nice. Good morning. My mother is coming into town today.
On Thursday, Oval came by and he worked on cutting up a giant wood pile on the property while I worked in the garden. The sun beat down on us, and by noon I couldn't stand it anymore and suggested we go down to the river. We walked ourselves to these secluded falls, and with the sun dead above us, Oval built a little fort for the shade. I'm having so much fun shedding my former skin and embracing a new way of living. Every day is so magical here, and even this primitive little shade structure makes me feel like whatever I need in this life, whatever I want and can dream of, it's possible and we can make it. I was so hungry after all of that work and play and decided to make myself a fried tofu bowl. Full disclosure, I've never actually made tofu, but surprisingly, I was having this craving for some sweet and sour chicken and wanted to see if I could do it without the actual meat. It was actually really delicious, and I'm not mad at the tofu at all.
This is so good right now. Oh my god. I bought tofu on a whim. I've never bought tofu. I've never cooked tofu before. I've eaten it, but I've never made it. And I was like, yeah, let's make some tofu. And then today I was like, a little fried tofu. I did like a sweet and sour sauce on top.
Late last night, I picked up my mom from the airport. She's staying with me for a week, and this will be the first time in a very long time that we're spending this much time together.
What does it say?
Move your hand. 7 grams.
My mom and I have not always had the easiest relationship, but in the last few years, we've been working to come together and rebuild. My friend Chrissy is also coming up from the city, but she's only staying a few days. She comes into town every now and then, so it's always a delight to spend some time with her. On Friday, they agreed to walk down to the river with me, and we ended up making dinner together.
I made it to the river with my mom and my friend Chrissy. I took her to the closest one to the bridge, a little bit of hike in, and it's hot. It's hot, and I'm ready to get in that water.
You got your grippy shoes.
I absolutely love that both were game to do a not-so-easy sunset hike to the water, and I love even more that the wilderness is the backdrop for this life right now. And all of these moments of laughter, conversations, and new experiences are happening outside.
You have a salad, right?
After the river, I made some burgers and Chrissy whipped up some brownies for us all to enjoy. It was a really sweet night. Excited from the day before, I decided to take everyone to an easier river spot on the ridge. I'd been here once before, but a friend recently shared some details of some more private spaces on the river, and my goal is to get us to one of them.
Made it to the river. Found a bridge. Let's see if we can find a spot to swim. We are at a different river today, and I'm following the instructions of a friend, and I only half paid attention.
I love that both my mom and Chrissy were game to cross the river, and we were able to nestle into a beautiful shady spot. At the river, we had some time floating in the water, laughing, just catching up, and enjoying the sun and the nature. Back at home, we made some food and relaxed. I think everyone was exhausted after the hike and sun, and I know I was pretty tired from juggling a few competing priorities.
Whatever it is, I don't know.
Thank you for joining me on this emotional and adventurous journey. If this week's episode resonated with you, please like the video and subscribe to my channel to stay connected to my stories. In the coming week, I'll take my mom to the mountains, welcome a dear friend, and witness the transformation of this land. Until then, take care, and I'll see you next week. Bye.